You could be the best fighter in the world, but if you're fighting with one hand tied behind your back, you're gonna get your ass beat every single time. And we unconsciously do that when we hold on to self-limiting beliefs. I've been very guilty of that the past few weeks without my even realizing. It's not until I brought it to the forefront of my awareness that these things were self-limiting beliefs and they were holding me back. They were actually taking up subconscious space in my mind that was affecting my reality. We all know that the subconscious mind is just the womb of reality through which it is born. And if that womb is filled with self-doubt and insecurity, don't be surprised when those very things are born into your existence. For me, for example, a very limiting belief I had that money was scarce, right? Because I've taken a chance on myself at 27 years of age. I've decided not to go back to corporate, go all in on myself on personal brand. I don't post much here on YouTube, but on TikTok, I've grown it quite substantially, but I want to also grow it here. But besides the point, this doesn't pay the bills right now, right? And I have to be okay with that. For it to pay the bills plus more, to pay my fantasies and my desired reality and my deepest desires, that it's gonna pay for it plus more. But for now, I have to assume the risk that it's not gonna do that right away. And that's the importance of delayed gratification, right? Being able to judge the day by what you sow instead of by what you reap, right? Because you can only control so much. You can only control what you can control. The rest of it is up to reality, and reality has a time delay, but your identity doesn't. You could choose who you want to be, and from there, again, you choose subconsciously, and from there, all things are born. But to get back to self-limiting beliefs for a moment, again, that money was scarce. And what I was doing, even though fortunately I'm in a position when I was working corporate, I had a decent chunk of change saved up, I was always afraid of looking at it because subconsciously I thought, all right, what if it runs out? Every time I see the bank balance running lower, I think that time is running out. Little did I know that if I just faced it, I looked at the bank balance in the morning and I just looked at it objectively. Granted, when I opened it up this morning, I did feel anxiety. I did feel a little insecure that, maybe at this age I should be making more money. But not at the expense of what I was sacrificing my soul for previously, which is a separate conversation for a separate day. But after 5 minutes of looking at it, I'm like, dude, I really have more money than I could really burn through in this next year. So why the hell am I afraid? Why am I living scared? Why am I pussyfooting it, bro? You're in a better financial position than most of the world just because of the fact that you're not in debt. So many people are in debt alone. They're already trying to play catch up. You're at least ahead of the game and you have house money you could play with, right? But guess what? I'm not willing to invest in myself or take financial risks if I think that money is scarce. But now, because I got over that fear that money, you know what, dude, you do have a lot more money than you thought you had. Therefore, you have a lot more time and freedom than you thought you had. You can go out, you can buy that gym membership, you can take that girl out on a date, you can invest in yourself. And all of a sudden, because of that I can mentality, holy shit, the world's opening up again, dude. I got all the energy in the world. I went out for my run. I felt fucking phenomenal, unlike the first time I came out here and did my run, because I was in that scarcity mindset. But now that I'm in this abundance, I'm like, holy shit, bro, look at all these beautiful houses around me. If all these people, you can't really see it. It looks like fuck all, the middle of nowhere, but I promise you, some of these houses out there are gorgeous. But I'm seeing that, I'm like, bro, if these people made it happen, then so can I. So can I, and so can you, brother. So I'd encourage you, get out a good old-fashioned pen and paper. Ask yourself, what are your self-limiting beliefs? Just to share some other ones, dude, like I was afraid of training martial arts because I didn't have health insurance anymore, right? I got over that fear. I got over the fear of, damn, bro, like, are there any good girls out there? Am I going to be single for the rest of my life? Guess what, bro? I got a date set up this weekend. After last weekend, I met a nice chick. I'm like, you know what, bro? It's just the world mirroring back the beliefs I have that, you know what? We can fucking do this, right? Like, there's no good that ever comes in thinking negatively. Because, again, if your subconscious mind is harboring negative thoughts, don't be surprised when you see negative reality. But also, on the flip side of that, when you're telling yourself all these positive things and they're not playing out right away, just bear in mind that time has a time gap, right? Reality has a time gap versus your mind and your psyche and your dreams. Things happen instantaneously because it's all subconscious. But the conscious mind, there is a time delay there. So for those of you guys who are trying to make shit happen in their lives and they're doing all the action steps necessary, bear in mind there is a time delay, and that time delay is your faith and your conviction. To quote a wise man, if you're watching this, you know who you are. It's loyalty to a timeline that hasn't materialized yet. That's all this is. What up, dude? That's a nice ride. But yeah, man, that's really it. I don't want to keep blabbering on for the sake of blabbering. I hope you were able to take 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 10 things from this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I'll see you stud soon.